Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jessica's Music Talk Pod. I'm very happy to be with you today. I want to say thank you to all the people who follow the podcast, who like the podcast. Today, I will have Faye that will come to talk about Faye and the Mockingbirds. And tomorrow is a very special day because tomorrow is the 25th of April, and the 25th of April is the Liberation Day of Portugal, the Revolution Day, and I will have a very special trio. It's a Portuguese trio, and they do an event for a little bit for the people who want to express themselves about society and in general, and they do music also that has things in common a little bit with society, and it's not political, but it's very revolutionary. It talks about revolution too. It talks about making revolution in a freedom way. So it's the trio is really has everything in common with the day that we will celebrate tomorrow in Portugal. So don't miss Follow Povo, Follow Tomorrow. And now I'm very happy to receive Faye. Faye, how are you?
Hey, I'm well, and you?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you that you accepted my invitation. You have a project. It's called Faye and the Mockingbirds.
Yes.
Uh, I remember at the beginning you started to do some covers, and you have a lot of success. People love what you do, guys. But now you have your own songs, and I'm so happy. I discovered you at the jam session. I told you straight away. It was like 3 years ago, and I
Yeah.
told you straight away, God, you have this voice. I love what you do, and I told you keep doing that, please. And then you organized also something for the TV.
Yes. We, in fact, that was how the Mockingbirds was created. In fact, Josh, one of my guitarists, organized some things to collect money for the Philippines. And they were posting some stuff out. We're looking for musicians and for singers and so on. And that was whilst Corona and so on. And in the beginning of Corona, I was so annoyed. Nothing to do, no job and so on. And I was just like, okay, what am I going to do with my time? And so I took some vocal lessons
With
online.
Priscilla.
Yeah. And then I started to sing. It was whilst Corona because I was a bit bored. Well, and then we just met, and I got to know Georges and Marc. And after that big day, we were playing for about 12 hours to collect money. We were doing a charity jukebox, and yeah, we were collecting some money for the Philippines, and it was very successfully. And then yeah, we decided to stay together to make some music, and we went on with cover songs and so on. But it was very soon that I knew, okay, I want to write some music for my own. And also Marc was in several other bands, and he knows the things how to process with own songs and so on. And yeah, then we were talking about it. What do you think about just writing our own things and so on? And because the band was now it's complete. We got our drummer, our bassist, and the two guitars, and yes, me. And then we decided, okay, let's go. We're gonna do that project, and we're gonna try to spread also our own music. Yeah, and that's how it went on.
And thank God you had this great idea, because what you do, guys, is just amazing. I love your music, really. You released like two or three singles, two singles.
We will release this year 3 singles in order. With the Mockingbirds, I was releasing now Hurricane in March. And in June or July, we are not decided yet. We're gonna release our second single, and then a bit afterwards our third single, and we're still going on to write some other songs and so on. And maybe we got one day we got enough to launch an album or something like this. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Yeah. But I released also Feeling Free. It was a solo project. Yeah, because I really love the music, and I love it in different styles and so on. And there was Hang and Mish, who were also writing music with Funky Baby Records, and they were looking for some singers. And then they just asked me, Faye, what are you interested to do some music with us? And they played some songs. They already have written, and Feeling Free was immediately the catch. Okay, I'm gonna do that. That's something for me.
Of course it is. Yeah, because people, if you didn't see Faye on stage, still go to see her, because you have such an energy. It's amazing. I saw videos of you like stepping in the bar, you know,
Love that.
and dancing in the bar, and yeah, and you really have. I saw you guys also. I was there for the jukebox, for the charity jukebox, and it was amazing. I was also glad to sing one or two songs with you, I think.
Yeah.
And the energy you have on stage, guys, is you are really rock and rollers, and you are rockers, and it's great. And then, yeah, here in Portugal, I follow you guys. I see your videos and so, and I know that you went a lot to Fête de la Musique and festivals during the summer, and people, everybody was telling me too, yeah, you don't imagine, you have to see them live. They are amazing. They have such an energy. And then when I saw that you released your own songs, so, but I thought that Feeling Free was also with the Mockingbirds. So it's something separate from them. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So you have Hurricane with the Mockingbirds, and you have Feeling Free with the Funky Baby Records then.
Yes.
Great. And you are also in another band, I think, no?
Yeah. So I am also a singer, co-singer in Impulse cover band. It's another cover band. And I decided to do that because with the Mockingbirds, we were gonna do something different now. But I do also love doing covers, still love doing cover songs and so on. And it's another dynamic, other musicians and so on. And Low Density Corporation asked me to do some co-vocals, add vocals and so on. And I'm supporting them also.
Yeah, we are playing with David Lemma. I was with him at
That's
school.
Impulse, yeah, Impulse.
Yeah, when we were children, we were at the Spielschule together.
No.
Yes, and the first class too, I think. Yeah.
That's so typical Luxembourg.
Yeah,
it's so small.
completely.
Everybody knows everybody. But I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
And
it's so
I
crazy
never
when everything
imagined.
connects.
Yeah, and I never imagined he would be a musician someday. So, and I think I saw him also at the Schoenfabrik in Tétange. He was rehearsing there one time. Yeah, so you are with great guys, and you have such a wonderful voice, and you really love rock and roll, and you have such a respect for the music in general too. You know, you are very smart. You are a very smart girl, and
Oh, so much. I'm really blushing. I don't know if you see, but that's so nice to hear, really.
That's true. That's true, and I'm sure that I was not surprised that you wanted to write, because we didn't talk a lot together, but the few moments we talked together, I thought she's really smart, she's really passionate, and she should write some songs. I was so sure that the lyrics would come to you, because you also like to read. And yeah, and I knew it really,
Felt it
that
already.
one day you would write your own songs. But let's talk about your way of writing and composing. So what do you like to talk about in your lyrics? Is there some topics? Do you speak about different topics in general? Or is there something you want to give a message to the people outside? Something that's really important for you? Something special? What inspires you to write?
Oh, a lot of things are inspiring me, but I have to say, for the moment, I'm really into writing over my emotions, my feelings, and so on, and most of all, the emotions that I struggle of, and also it's some kind of therapy also for me to write about those things, because sometimes you got something in your head and you're spinning around and you don't come over it because it's still staying in your head. And once upon a time there was somebody who told me, but just write it down, your feelings, so on. And that was quite good. And I had a journal, a diary to write my emotions and feelings on. And I love poems. I really love poems, and also modern poems and so on. For example, I do love the books of Rupi Kaur. She's amazing, really. Whilst talking, I've got goosebumps talking about her, because she's so inspiring. And also the old-fashioned poems, like you find it in classics like Edgar Allan Poe, or some. Yeah,
I understand you very well.
yeah, I see.
I like them too. I like also old Portuguese
Yeah.
poets too. Here from Portugal. Here in Portugal, you have a very the poetry here is really important, and you have some old guys too. So I understand you very
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah, and also in English. English is not my native language, but when I read it, there are so many. In fact, the English language got so much words, specific words, and I love that. I really, really love that. And you getting the feelings for those words and so on, because often, very often, I don't find that perfect word in Luxembourgish, but then in English, there it is. And that's so complicated, because your brain is just thinking in so many different languages, but just to find that word, and that's so kind of crazy sometimes. And that's for me deliberating in writing. And for the first, so I was writing already a lot. Also, before deciding to create our own songs, I got a lot of notebooks always by my side, and to write some. They had just like some lightning in your head. Ooh, what's that now? Okay, I'm gonna write it out and work on it, and then some ideas are. Yeah, it's like deliberating and evolving and so on. And some lightnings of thoughts are getting to whole texts, and then I'm gonna work out, okay, what tones could be well played with those lyrics and so on. And then the song is going to create. And also, it's very often then I go to Josh or Mark what are you thinking about this idea? What would you play on it, and so on? Or maybe I got already a vocal melody, and then we're just, it's a crazy artistic and energetic work to create a song, and I love that really, that creating, and yeah, that's
And you have good musicians that respect also your way of the composition. Is I'm sure. I think you don't play an instrument, or do you play an instrument?
I play a little bit of guitar, and a little bit I got my a keyboard here just to go with my vocals and so on. And sometimes I'm just trying to figure something out on the guitar, but it's not that I could play guitar on stage. No, I'm far away with that.
But you have a specific idea in your mind how you want a little bit this the song to sound, and they respect it with you. And I saw that the song is being played in every big radio, in big radios in Luxembourg. This is great. I heard it on Elder Radio, on RTL, which are the two best. So I'm sure Celine or people play it also in Radio Ara.
Not yet. We were asking for it, but it was not played yet on Radio Ara. But from Peting, Poa, they played it, and we were also in an interview there, and we were so happy that Elder Radio and RTL was playing Hurricane. I can tell you, it was just so, it was like a little child moment. It was, and when it appeared on my little phone screen, I was just like, oh my God!
Like, is it really happening? Yes, this is my song. Yeah, you know, I don't know if you had these moments when you hear a song you really like on the radio and you think, oh my God, I really wanted one day, perhaps there will be my own song, and then you hear it one day and you are like, oh my God, I got it. My dream came true. You know, I'm playing my song, my words, my tag, my lyrics are being played on the biggest radio from Luxembourg ever. So this is the first step, you know. It's and who knows, perhaps I will hear Hurricane also here in Portugal one day. We never know.
Would be so cool. You have to tell me when it's
we never know, perhaps because it's a song that really fits with Radio Comercial or RFM, so for example. So yeah, I would not be surprised to hear it here too one day. We never know.
Would be so cool. No, really. Also, we were just trying to spread our song to different radios, also international, like with Groove and so on. You can find some connections, and that's really cool. But I had to work on it. I didn't know, okay, now we got a song, and now what are we gonna do? But that is that cool thing, like internet.
You know, I always say music is not only writing and singing. You have all the stuff behind, like administrative stuff, and also communication strategies, and I know
Instagram, Facebook, that whole thing, social media, and so on. And I was just a little bit lost for it.
EPKs. Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
I was in first, I was so lost, but I worked really on it. I can be very obsessed to find out some things and to learn about those things, and I would say now I'm really like a pro. Okay, that.
You have some institutions in Luxembourg who help people also to do this kind of stuff, like FLAC. For example, you have people over there if you need help to know how how to create your APK, how to do your communication. I know they help a lot, and you also have some people like Stephanie Baustad, she's really good with that. Now Kid Calling is also managing musicians, so, and also Sastam also gives some help. So people, if you really need help with this kind of stuff, if it's really fresh for you and new, and you are starting with your own stuff, with your own project, and if you want some you know, some tools, some advices, don't forget, you really have these institutions, and that's what I really admire in Luxembourg. It's you don't have it in every country. Institutions that really help the musicians, and also Rock Club, they also help a lot.
And
They
also
do
in
like
Sonotron, they are doing some workshops to help the people and so on. And as you said, Rock
that's
Club,
great.
if you're a member, you surely find some workshops for you to get some help.
Sonotron is amazing. Sonotron is also like booking rehearsal rooms. If you need the rehearsal room just for an hour or two, you can book a rehearsal room. And also for young people, it's not really expensive. And I really admire that so much, because at my time it didn't exist at all. You know, if you didn't have a rehearsal room, it was like
you have
had
to check out
find
all the
way,
bistros and cafes. Yeah. But I do love Sonotron too. Big love for Sonotron out there, because they are doing an amazing job, and they are always open. Only on Monday they are closed, but for musicians. And also it's so nice, because when I'm there to rehearse with the Mockingbirds, so it's every Wednesday we are there, and you are just checking through the windows who's there, in the different rooms, and then you're connecting with other people and meeting other musicians every time, and they come to your rehearsal room and just talking a bit, giving hugs and so on. And I love that. It's like a big family, really. It is. And that's
the staff is great. The staff is really nice. And you are also people, you have a studio there where people can also record. And also I know that a lot of video clips were also filmed there. And you have Tom Gatti, for example, who is an amazing producer, and he's working at Sonotron.
He's working, in fact, in Unison Studios. And we went to Unison Studios to record our three first songs. And we had Jan, who is who is also knowing me. And he was recording, in fact, one of my first cover songs where I was releasing. It was Put a Spell on You, who is also on YouTube and so on. And so he's already knowing me and so on. And it was so cool to being in that studio then to record your own songs and so on. It was so, it is really an amazing location, Sonotron Unison Studios. And then you got a big hall to record the videos, as you said. And then are so many other companies, little small companies for creative work and so on there. And that's it's just
it's a creative hub. It's great. It's really nice place. And perhaps if the podcast continues, we never know. I was also already thinking to do an interview also with the staff of Sonotron and the Creative Hub, to speak a little bit about this special place that is very, very important for the musicians and all the people that work with the musicians, if even people who are not musicians but work with the musicians. And I know a lot of this place is really like a meeting pot for creative people. And and perhaps I will do an interview with them too. We never know. But talking a little bit about your song Hurricane, do you want to talk a little bit about it? What does it talk about? What is the meaning for you? Because I like to ask, because when people listen to the song, they think about a meaning that they interpret themselves, but
Yeah.
it's always nice to know what the author wanted to tell us with the song.
In fact, I would be so interested what people would think or how they would interpret Hurricane for themselves, because there was anyone telling me it yet. So I would be very happy if you tell me afterwards what you were thinking about it and how you felt the song. But just long story short, it was in fact I don't know if you're having a real bad time and a longer bad time, and you're in a dark place, and I already spoke, my head is like rotating and spinning around, and I was not able to leave it. And I had that vision in my head, just like a metaphor. Okay, it's just like, yeah, a hurricane, in fact. And what I was doing, I was isolating myself, and I was just telling the people, leave me alone. I want to stay alone with with me, myself, and I. And I was hurting the people around me, and I was doing some shit, and yeah, that was not quite good. And in fact, I wanted to tell the story of it, and I think there are very much people who got that same problem, because it's all in that head, in that head.
Like the depression feeling. Okay.
In fact, I had a depression, and the depression itself, it was like numb. But after the depression, it is a damn hard work because I struggled a lot with myself. Okay, now I'm completely different what I was before that depression. Now I'm a different person, and I could not connect with myself anymore. And yeah, that was a lot of work, and that was a lot of struggle. And also those thoughts also, I want to be me again, how I was before. It felt lighter, it felt better. And yeah, I'm not so happy with that, what I am now, and my head is controlling everything. My mind is just filled with anger and fear. So there was so much anxiety, I can tell you. And that was the birth of the little thunder lightning, sorry, the little lightning idea of hurricane. And I was just writing some words, and then yeah, after a time there came the melody, and around and around and around and around goes my mind. And that little part was spinning in my head. And afterwards I had the chorus melody too, and then afterwards we worked together for the verses, because for myself I feel easier to create a catchy, I think catchy melody for the choruses or pre-choruses, and then afterwards the verse is it's a bit difficult to find the right verse melody for the voice. So yeah, that's the story of Hurricane.
That's great. So yeah, when I heard the song, I thought about like a lot of things going on in the head, of course, and a lot of confusion, and the metaphor, the hurricane metaphor. So yeah, so I didn't see it so profoundly, but I understood the message a bit like that too. Like you said, I think for everybody who was already in this kind of situation, and I think a lot of people nowadays, unfortunately, were one time in their life in this kind of situation. So yeah, it's you can recognize yourself in the song, and that's great. And this really, because you are a very human person too, so this also shows your empathy and your humanity, like you thought perhaps this song can help somebody who is in this situation now. And I find this great, because it's one of the musicians' role is also with the songs to have some positive impact in the people, and also to tell the people you are not alone.
Yeah,
you know.
and that's because our last chorus, I was just changing the lyrics, because at first I'm just telling, don't come too close to my wall, I don't want to tear you apart, because that was never my intention to tear something or someone apart. But afterwards, in the last chorus, I was just saying, so come closer to my walls. I want you to tear them apart, because there was then that one point where I was recognizing it doesn't help me if I'm just pushing away the people around me and hurting them and so on. It only helps me if I'm letting them into it and getting closer to me, so I can talk about it, about my emotions and what's going on in my mind. And that really helped me. And because I also had very good people around me who were so comprehensive and so yeah, they were amazing. They understood my situation, and they were helping me, in fact, and not telling, oh, what's going on with you, or leaving me alone, and that helped me. And yeah, I just wanted to bring that message. Let those people into you, and just tear your walls apart, and everything is going to be good again. Good.
And that's an amazing message, and thank you so much that you and people like you do this, telling the people through songs, through the music, and when you sing always with your heart. uh, Also, when you sing a cover, I saw you sing covers already, and you always sing, but I know what inspires you too, because you are a big fan of Freddie Mercury. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have a tattoo of him.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, Freddie
So
is really. I was never doing music, but when I was a little child, I was always so. I can't tell you. Really, I can't find words for those. Yeah, what Freddie did to me already as a child. I was so, wow, who's that guy? He's amazing. And my parents got a really good music, how do you
taste.
say, taste. Yeah, of
Taste.
course, taste. And they were listening to bands like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, of course, Fleetwood Mac, Journey, and of course Queen. And yeah, my cousin was also looking to some concerts of Queen, and that was Freddie, and I was just like, what? And as a little child, I was also dancing, and with dance group Naomi, who were also doing some characters like Madonna, Britney Spears. There was one who is doing also Freddie. And for me, as a little 4-year-old child, he was the Freddie, but because he was doing it in a great way, really, and he also got the teeth, I can tell you, and also those costumes. It was so crazy, and I was a little fangirl already in that age. So, oh gosh, and his name was Mishi, but Mishi was always for me Freddie, and that's where I began to being so passionate of Freddie Mercury. And yeah, that went on always. And also with the music, I grew up with that music, and when I started to sing, I just recognized how much he was spending with his energy to one simple song or one simple tone. That's so amazing. That's so crazy. I really, yeah, again, I get goosebumps just talking about Freddie, and I'm really obsessed with his way of having that passion for music and energy and on the stage. And also when you're when you're watching some interviews of Freddie, the coolness he's just owning it. I can't tell it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was always singing with the heart, and that's why I say myself that nobody in this world will never be like him.
No.
Like the guy who was singing, who was in the movie, who was singing with the band, and he's good, but Freddie was
You mean
He
Mark
was
Martel?
unique. Yeah,
Yeah,
Freddie was unique.
I was on his concert for Mark Martel, and I was just closing my eyes, and sometimes there was that little whoa because it's so close to Freddie. But
Yeah,
I know
close,
exactly what you mean. That precision and that one drop.
The soul,
Never,
you know,
that could never be
soul.
replaced. Yeah.
The soul. It's like Chris Cornell. I always say nobody will replace Chris Cornell ever. You can come, guys. Nobody will.
Yeah.
It's impossible. He's my favorite singer of all times, and nobody will replace Chris.
A guy like Chester Bennington, you know, from Linkin Park. But there are so many debates now about Emily Armstrong, who's also a great vocalist.
She's good. She's different.
Amazing.
She's different.
I love
people cannot expect from a new singer, even if she was a guy, even if she was not a girl, people cannot expect that they will bring Chester again. It will not be possible.
And also, if they find somebody whose voice is so close to Chester, it would never be Chester again, and they will never stop to make
the comparison.
They will never stop comparing those. And now with Emily, I think they made the perfect choice, because Emily is Emily, and
she's good. She's good in her own style. She brings life to the band. She really respects the band, and people are so tough sometimes, you know. So exigent. Man, let her try. Let her just doing what she does. I think I know now. I will speak about something. It's not music. It has nothing, but like Star Wars. Everybody was like, oh no, the new Star Wars, they are not good. And so because they are so used to the old ones, and I loved it. I am a real Star Wars fan. I am a really I love all the Star Treks, all Star Wars. I saw everything. So and I liked it. I really liked it. It was just different. It was more modern. And yes, you will never bring Harrison Ford again. It will never be like it was before, you know. But you have to give a chance to people who want to do something new and bring a new taste, a new image to something. And it's not because it's new, it's not because it's not the same, exactly the same, that it's not good. So I think she's good. I like her voice, Emily. And I okay, when she sings the old songs, it's not Chester, but she does it really great. And it's, you are a singer, and you know it's not easy to do, to sing Linkin Park. I defy everybody who is criticizing her. I ask them, I challenge them to do this the same way. I really challenge these people who are criticizing. Go there and show us if you can do the same, or if you can do better, guy.
I'm totally with you.
Sure, they really looked, they really searched like for and during a long time to find the perfect person.
Yeah, of course.
And give her a chance, you know. She deserves also to show what she's got, what she knows, and what she can bring. And I really find it, and what I found really good and even greater was that the band was supporting her and defending her.
Yeah, of course. No, they did it great. Yeah. And
they were not just listening to the people criticizing, and you know, they really defended her. And
but they are used to, because Linkin Park was never something who played old-fashioned, I say. They were evolving all the time. All the time they were evolving their tunes and their style and so on. And that's what I found great, always, because they were never staying at one point. And there were always fans who were telling, oh no, that's not good, that's not Linkin Park anymore, and so on. But they are deciding what is Linkin Park, and that's a good point. In fact, we are just trying to find with the Mockingbirds now, okay, what's our sound, what's our tune, and what's our style. And that's such a crazy process, because I'm just telling everybody and all the time, well, just let it happen, let the magic happen. It doesn't, we don't care if we just now like that and now like that, and now we're gonna do some funky riffs, and now we're gonna do more like Tina Turner, or I don't know. Doesn't matter, just let it flow. And afterwards, okay, maybe we're just finding it, but what is it in fact, you know? I got the opinion, if you feel it and if you own that, so it's yours. And if you don't feel a song and so on, and the people will also say, okay, no, that's not the Mockingbirds, or not FAYE, or not, I don't know. And that's always, I'm just hearing if you are with your soul and your heart is connected with the tune and the music, so you own it, so everything is good. And nobody has got the right to tell you what you have to do because that sounds more like you. No, and I know better than anyone else what is for me and what not.
And if you want to try something completely different, you have the right to do it. And you know, and I liked when you say, just let it happen, just let it come, just
let it
be natural and let it flow. Yeah, but you are human, you know, FAYE. You are an empathic and human person. And from you, it doesn't surprise me that you say that, because you really have a heart, and you are a very human person, and that's why you also sing so well, because you put this heart you have, you put it also when you sing. We feel it, and this is so important. I always say you can have the most beautiful voice in the world, but if you don't sing with your heart and your soul, man, if you are not empathic with the public, and so it will never sound great, even if you have a great voice. But you also have people, you have a good voice. It's not your case, I assure you. But you also have people like Tom Waits, who doesn't have this voice, you know, this great voice. Very but he's amazing. Because why? Because he does with his heart and his soul, like Nick Cave too, you know. He's also, he doesn't have this clear voice, but he's a poet.
That's it.
And you do it, when you do it with your soul and with your heart, it sounds good. And you have two things: you have a beautiful voice, and you do it with your soul. And your lyrics are great, and I hope you will continue to write. And I really advise you to continue to write, because I'm sure there will come great things out. And I wanted to ask you, are you thinking about someday writing a song in Luxembourgish?
Wow, I never thought about it. It would be very interesting.
You know, there are not a lot of. You have Steppe Sieben, you have Serge Tonner. You had Bommelerge Werkschaft too, but you don't have a lot of people.
There are amazing songwriters and musicians in Luxembourgish here. And also there's rap community and so on, who are doing
yes, the hip hop community,
who are doing music also in Luxembourg. I find it very, very cool, very cool. But I
personally, David Flute, VIC, BC1,
you know.
Yeah, Nicole, she's
Yeah.
great too. Danny Leloup, no, he writes more in French, I think. Eldad, Maka MC.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have yes, in the hip hop world, but like in the pop world, rock pop, you
Yeah.
don't have a lot of, you don't have anybody writing on in Luxembourgish. So I
You're
was
so right.
really thinking, will Faye take the challenge one day?
Yeah, but I never thought about it. As I told you, it's even if it's not my native language, but English, it's such a full of words and yeah, so loaded. It's really like a treasure for me to find some words about things is only in your head. You know what I mean? It's sometimes,
Yeah.
but you never know. Maybe there's an occasion just to write something in Luxembourgish one day.
One day, perhaps.
One day,
You never know. And another question: will
yeah.
you one day write a song for Freddie?
Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah, I got some little ideas who were influenced by Freddie, but I never thought about to write him a whole song. But that would be so cool. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna do that also.
Oh, great! I want
big
to be
love
the
song.
first to hear it.
Such a love song for that. Admire how much I'm admiring and how much he was just with me on that way. I have to tell you, this year I was in Montreux.
At the jazz festival?
No, not to the jazz festival, but
Okay.
it was for my birthday. In fact, it was a wish for my birthday. I want to go to Montreux to see everything and to be there where Freddie was and so on. Oh, that was so overwhelming for me, I can tell you. No, it was so crazy. First of all, there were great musicians in that little city who was stuck in the 70s. But it was so amazing to breathe that air and to be on that place and so on. And there was also the old studio Queen owned, and they were writing the songs. So like like Under Pressure, and David Bowie was just joining them and so on. And I know all the stories and so on. And you are then there on that place where those great people are.
When everything happened.
Yeah, where everything happened. And it was just also we were having a tour there to explain where was what, and also the restaurants and the bar, they were meeting each other, and I was just standing, and it was so overwhelming. And then afterwards at the end of our tour, it was of course we were standing in front of the old apartment Freddie owned, and 5 days before he died, he was still in that apartment, and then he decided to go back to London and so on. And just because of that, it was so crazy. I just started completely to cry, because I know he was there, and he was already, he was dying and I was so crying, and
I can imagine.
Oh, no. And that guy from the tour was just looking at me, and everything all right? No, completely.
Like he was here. Yeah, I understand you. I cried in front of Jimmy Jim Morrison's grave.
Yeah,
Paris.
I feel you totally.
He's here. Yeah. I was like, Jim, give me your inspiration.
Give me your vibes. And also going that way, so he went on. It was just his footsteps were all there. Completely obsessed.
Yeah, that's people are laughing now, and they are thinking, my God, they are so
crazy,
so crazy.
Yeah,
but they were there. It's like their soul is still there, and you feel so inspired, and they are also examples that everything is possible. That everything can happen. I remember when I saw the movie, one of the scenes that catched me the most was that they the record label didn't want them
Yeah,
to release Bohemian Rhapsody.
that's so crazy, huh? And because the
You
song
can
was too
imagine
long
that?
and too many different styles and so on, and yeah, and there was no radio wanting them to play and so on. And when we got the first the first radios who are declining our song Hurricane, I was just like, okay, but Bohemian Rhapsody nowadays is also a big song.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was
Bohemian
just thinking
Rhapsody is
about
one
it.
of the most respected songs ever, and it's a masterpiece. You have everything in there. You
Yeah,
have
it is.
classical, you have rock, you have you have
Yes,
just
yeah.
chorus,
Yeah,
just the harmonies,
yeah.
a cappella. You have this song is a mix of everything, and it's a masterpiece. You have like opera.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
And
It's
also
it's
the lyrics, one is just telling so many stories of literature, and
yeah,
oh, I love
yeah,
it. Yeah, it's has
yeah. It's a masterpiece. It's a long song. I think they didn't want to release it because it was a long song,
yeah, it would,
but
yeah. But
but
that's
it's
also a
respected.
struggle and a problem nowadays.
Yeah.
I think music sometimes needs some space and so on, and for the radios and so on, they want to get more short songs because of yeah, they are
Because
gaining
of the
more.
TikTok stuff.
Yeah, like TikTok style. And also one point is to also to spread the publicities and so on to the, yeah. And also afterwards, in fact, I think people don't have anymore that attention to listen to a whole song. And so what's really sad, they only know a little bit because of TikTok and Instagram and so on.
Yeah, they are used to everything is quick.
Yeah,
Everything is fast
yeah.
food, you know?
Yeah, that's, yeah, exactly. Everything is fast food. And that's also because of that. I was just saying, okay, to make an album now, a whole album, and to release it like that, that would be not make sense, because that, yeah, that it's not in the time flow anymore. You know what I mean? And also when
Or,
my,
or perhaps because it's not in the
yeah,
time for anymore, it will have success
yeah,
because
I know what you
there's
mean.
something for
You
that
have to
again.
decide, so you have to take decisions. And I'm just saying, okay, we're gonna do the songs as we want it and release it then to give the people the choice. So just to listen to our whole song, and so there are no other songs from the album or so who are getting forgotten, some kind of like that. And but I see it also for myself when some of my favorite bands are releasing their albums, like Muse, for example.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing first some singles, they are releasing afterwards the full album. But it takes me a lot of time then to listen to that whole album, and which is very, yeah, it's so, yeah, that's sad. And I want to enjoy that whole album and so on, but you don't get the time ever in your everyday life and so on. And yeah, we wrote also a little bit a song of some kind of that situation, because you're stuck in a circle, and a little bit, yeah, a
People want
thrill.
to do so many things and they
Yeah,
don't have time to do
yeah,
anything
yeah. You
because
want and you admire
everything
and so
has to
on.
go fast.
Yeah,
Everything has to be pa 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 pa,
yeah,
quick, and the world is running like that, and people don't stop
yeah,
to read, don't stop to enjoy the nature.
yeah,
We
yeah,
lost the connection with the nature completely. We everything has to go fast. You have to
yeah.
work fast, you have to be productive, you have to, it's, yeah, but I think that it cannot be like this forever.
No, I hope so, really. I
One day
really hope
it
so,
will it
because
will change.
we'll
Two
collapse.
of my favorites, the most favorite songs of all that the songs I love, it's Echoes
Ah,
and The End. Echoes
yeah,
from Pink Floyd and The End from The Doors. And
yeah,
they are really long songs.
Yeah. You wrote really long
Like
songs.
the end, it's considered like one of the longest songs written.
Ever.
Yeah, and echoes too, you know, with this beautiful video clip
Yeah.
that you will never see something like that again, you know. And yeah, and people are not enjoying, they don't have time to enjoy. Even the holidays are quick,
Yeah.
you know, the holidays are quick, and we are living for work, and we are not living.
You got
Just
the
living.
point. That's really something we were also talking about a lot, and also to be stuck in that treadmill. And George and I, we were just saying, okay, let's write a song about it. And now we just met again to have a weekend for us as bands and to work on some new songs. And that's one of our new song was coming out as soon as possible.
You have to work like Rick Rubin. I was watching a little documentary. You have a French guy who has a podcast. It's called Dans mes cordes, and he takes like one musician or one producer, and he was talking about Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin is a producer, and he produced for the most famous people of the world in every genre. Like he produced for Black Sabbath, he produced for Linkin Park, he produced for Johnny Cash, he produced, so he also produced for Lady Gaga, so he
Oh,
for a lot of people. And this guy, he's very spiritual.
oh
When you
wow.
look at him, he has this long beard, you know, he's like a guru, and he never learned music. He never
Oh wow.
learned technology. He just feels the stuff, you know, and he says to the musician, he knows how things work, yeah,
Yeah.
but he's guiding the musicians, and
Wow.
he puts his magic a little bit, you know, he does his mix and his mastering and so, but always with what he feels, you know.
That sounds
And
amazing. Also with the energy, working with the energy of the musicians and so on. That
yeah,
sounds
and
really amazing.
he's very connected with this Japanese lifestyle, Asian
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so people, when they work with him, they have to go to his place. So
Mm-hmm.
his place is like a retreat
Oh.
place, you know.
Yeah.
You have to see, you have nature, and one of his rules is you don't have clocks in
Nice.
there, you don't have phones, nothing of that. No phones, no clocks. The time, just you live like
Leave
nature,
it. Yeah. Yeah. You leave it.
you know. And I think for every musician you want, or every band who wants to write an album or so, they should go. I suggested it to the band with who I'm working with. I'm doing backing vocals in a band, and I told them, guys, we should just take a place like one weekend, no clocks, no phones,
Yeah.
nothing, just nature, and we go there and we work, you know, and no distraction, you
Yeah.
know, and just working and connecting with the nature, and also connecting with the band, because it's not only the band is not only people with who you play, but you will, oh, it's people with who you spend a lot of time,
It's
and you
like a
also
little
have to
family you've
create,
chosen. It is.
yeah,
It is really. No, no, no. I have
you
to
have to
say.
create this relationship
Yeah.
connection too, not only music connection, but
Yeah. Also.
friendship connection, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
human connection. And retreats like that, only with the band together, it gives you this chance also to connect with your band humanly, you know, eat together,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
for a walk together, you know,
That's what
like
we
play
are
together.
doing almost every year. We're going to Belgium. It's just a little there's a little it's not a hotel, but yeah, it's a quiet place where you can go, and there's also a room where we're just installing everything for our rehearsals and so on. And we are the whole weekend we are together, we are dining together and spending a lot of time being together to work on our music. And that's
and to know each other.
yeah, and to talk and to laugh and to it's so yeah, we are just having always a great time, and going and have a mitraillette. Yeah, you don't get it here in Luxembourg, but in Belgium it's just a delicious thing. Yeah,
It's the sandwich.
yeah, it's that sandwich with the hamburgers and chips on it, and yeah, it's delicious.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Belgium. They are, for me, they are the king of fast food.
Yeah, they are, but good fast food. You don't know that
But
high
good.
quality.
Yeah, no, not McDonald's stuff, it's really like the real deal,
No,
people
it is.
doing real stuff, real fast food with real meat and real fries. Yeah.
So yeah. No, we were having a great time again on the Meuse. Meuse is the river which is flowing there.
Yeah.
And and just writing on those 3 new songs, and to just let to create, and also to be experimental. Oh, now we're gonna try that and that, because it's very normal to create a song based on guitar and vocals. But now we wanted to turn around, and we were just creating a song based on bass and drum and bass. And
Nice.
it's really, and you feel the pump and so on, and it's gonna be great. I'm sure it's going to be great, but that's for the next year, not that yet. But the process we are also doing is we are writing some songs, and then we are playing it live immediately, because we want to see how the song is connecting with the people in front of stage, and how they are feeling it. And then sometimes we just feel it that we have to have another process on that song, and so it's evolving. And that was also with Hurricane and the 2 other songs. We were just trying it out at first, and then afterwards we
To see people's reaction and so, and okay, that's the way to do.
That's
the way to
one
do.
way. Or you can just write a song and do it on the classic way. You write a song and you're going to the studio, and then afterwards you release it. And afterwards it can also happen that you are changing it from the one who's just recording and so on, and you're doing a live version and so on. But for us, at first it is a live version, and then afterwards we're going to the studio to
And I find it's great too, because if you have a little bit, if you taste it, test the people, the public, how they react, and so you already know, okay, this will work, this will not work so well, so what can we do or change to make this work? You can even ask to the people, did you like the song? What would you perhaps change, or would you leave it like that? So I find it's great. Everybody has his own way to create, and it's also good to create like that. Of course it is. And so you have good reaction from the people. And you did the video clips. Yes, guys. Just one thing. I will put all the links, all the stuff, all the information for face pages and social media and YouTube and Spotify. So I will put all the links here in the description of the video. So please go there. Don't forget, for me, it's not only important to follow the podcast, but also to follow the artists who are interviewed into the podcast. So please follow Faye's work and her music and her social media, and she posts very nice stuff. I like I like you to follow your page because I travel with you sometimes. You know?
No, so cool.
It's great. Yeah, it's really nice. So follow Faye, follow her music, go and listen to her music and share her
Yeah,
music with
you're
your
so right.
friends,
I don't
share with
understand
the people.
people why they don't share it because or just like it. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I got the impression that some people are too lazy just to like it, even if they like it. But that one button is already too much, you know? I don't know what it is, but I was just
Yeah.
talking about it with some people. Why is that so hard for some people just to show some love or to share something? Because that helps so much to gain new viewers and so on. And
Yeah.
I totally understand you, and also that you're thinking about your content and so on, and which is so you're doing such a great job, and also with your whole heart you're doing that podcast because you're admiring the whole musicians and that whole bubble and so on, and you're doing so much for us, and that's so it's really sad that you see on the
I
statistics something
I
else.
I really do it with love, and
Yeah,
I really like to do it. And from all the people who follow the podcast, I have to say, because I interview people from Luxembourg and from Portugal,
yeah,
because I'm living here too. So I also wanted to give voice to the people of my nation, my country. But I have to admit that the most followers come from Luxembourg.
yeah, they do.
I think it's perhaps also because people already know me from the radio. But I also feel a bit like I have a bit this feeling that some musicians are like they don't even answer me. It's like, oh, it's just a little podcast, you know.
Yeah,
If I
that's
was RTL, everybody would be like, "Oh my God, the
yeah,
RTL is inviting me for an interview." But because it's a podcast, it's not very known yet. It doesn't have a lot of followers, so they don't even feel the need to answer to my invitation. And
no, that's I totally understand you because we were just writing also to others, other radios and so on, and there were so many who are not replying, which is really devastating because you don't know, okay, what's happening? Why don't they reply? Oh, aren't we worth it? Or what? You know what I mean? And that's so,
yeah.
yeah, it's really devastating. Yeah, I see you. Oh,
Yeah, and I do this to help the musicians.
yeah,
I don't earn anything with that. So that's also why I'm thinking about how to do and what to do,
yeah,
because I work a lot for this. I last time I had to fly to Luxembourg, so my flight was at 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at 6 o'clock at the airport,
okay.
and I was still finishing the podcast to be
Well,
posted before I went. So I was like 24 hours awake for this. And then I asked myself, okay, I put a lot of energy to give musicians this visibility, to help the people, to help the musicians, to make other people perhaps be more interested also in the art and in music, because one of my concepts is not only to interview famous people but also to give voice to the musicians that sometimes don't have the chance. These ones, they always answer me, and they always reply to me. You know, these musicians who are not never invited to big
yeah.
radios or on the TV, or who are newcomers. And
Because you give them a voice, and yeah,
I give them this voice. I give them the voice that the big ones don't give them,
yeah.
and because I respect their music, I think they deserve it. And then I see that people are not very interested, or like you said, you see that a lot of people are watching the video, or
Yeah.
are watching the or are listening to the song, but they don't like it, they don't share it, they don't
So
subscribe.
everybody out there now is just doing a like. give us a heart. Okay, show us your love, please. It's just a little button there.
Yeah, I am really sorry for the share, but yeah, I think it's important to, like you said, you know, it's you people cannot imagine what just one like or one share is really a great support.
You're so right. I was just
It's a
having a
great
chat
support.
yesterday with a friend, and it's crazy what people are thinking, what you would gain with your music. And I was just like, what? What are you thinking? No, do you really think I would gain a single cent with the music now? I was just so what? And I was just telling him how it is working, Spotify and so on, and also YouTube Music and so, and that you don't gain money because of that. It's such a damn work. You're doing so much, and also on Facebook and Instagram and so on, and you can have followers 1,000 and 1,000,000, but you don't get immediately work, only if you are promoting something and so on. But as small as we are, no.
And you have to have the right connections too, and sometimes, you know, it's like the lottery. If you have the good connections, even people who don't do much sometimes earn a lot of money not doing so much as we do, and because they know the right people, because they had some kind of chance, you know. And then you have people who work hard, who do it with the heart, and then no money is coming, you know.
No, but we don't do it for the money. In fact, you are also you're on the same boat like me. I see that, and we're just doing it for our passion and so on. So the only recognition we want and we desire, and which I think we would deserve, is that liking and sharing and spreading our love and our passion. That would be, we would be so grateful to if you.
I had 3 people who did a donation, and I'm very grateful. And if they are listening, guys, you know, I told them already, but and one person who is also very supporting me a lot, and who shares also, is Cindy from Fallen Lies, and she was one of the first persons to. In Luxembourg it's Cindy, and here in Portugal is Ricardo Dias dos Santos. He's really he was one of the first persons who also pushed me and told me, yes, go for it. And also my first guest, Sheena, she was also very supporting. But Ricardo, you know, when I tell him, I want to stop, he's the one guy who says, no, don't stop it, try it,
go on. But Cindy also, she's got her soul here. Cindy, she's just an amazing woman also here. She's got a beautiful soul and heart. And
I would love to see you girls together doing something. For me, it would be like the perfection. You and Cindy together.
That would be explosive on stage. We would set it completely on fire. No, I really love her. I love her energy.
Band.
What?
You can do like a girl band. You have Sue, Cindy, you,
and Katja. I would take it with me.
Of course, and Katja.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. That's really I have to admit, that's really something I was thinking a lot about, to create a only female band, like Heart, you know. That would be so cool, so great, that all that power, all that passion, all that love and so on. I would love to do that, really.
Yeah, and you have great bass players, female bass players too. And Katja, it's a dream since years. I remember that when I met her like 10 years ago, we already talked about it.
About
She
that,
was like, I want to do a female band. And she's a great fan of yours. She loves what you do.
I love her too. Really love her too. And for Feeling Free, I was just asking some female musicians and also singers how about that was all the promotion of Feeling Free, because I wanted to give a voice to the singers and the musicians who are female. That it's also a patriarchy in music, and what are the cliches, and Katja was writing me a lot of, and telling she was sending me voice messages of, hey, oh my god, and so on, and to talk about that topic. And that's really a topic for me also. It's so important to sometimes when I'm on a concert and just preparing everything technical, there are just some guys who are really surprised that is the singer and the female singer who is just checking everything, if everything on is all right. And so and yeah, that's something they don't get it, that a female can also do that, and a female can also be an expert on that. Yeah, and for Katja, she's a drummer, and when she's organizing some amazing jam sessions, and I have to take some time to join her on a jam session because of my work. It isn't easy to be flexible and so on. And yeah, I'm always telling her, I will join you one day. I'm so sorry, but she knows. She knows.
She knows. Don't worry.
And she was telling me, Faye, you don't see the face of some guys when I'm telling them, no, I'm not going to sing that song. I'm going on stage to play on drums. Yeah. And that face then. And also, for example, Julie, from the singer from My Own Ghost, when she was on that big festival, she was playing on so many great festivals. She's amazing.
She's amazing.
So she was on the backstage and so on, and then there were guys telling her, you're here for your boyfriend or what? And she's, no, I'm the singer. And come on, no, we are not only.
And she's a teacher too. She's a singing teacher. She's a singing teacher too.
Yeah, she's a singing teacher too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. I love her a lot.
Yeah, I think Cindy's also going to her, isn't she?
Yeah, I think, yeah, Cindy did already a song with her too, and yeah, they sometimes they work a bit together. Yeah, I know that they are good friends, and they like to sing with each other. But yeah, Julie is great. I admire her a lot too. So
she's also such a hero.
If you organize a new charity jukebox just with girls on,
oh way,
that would will be crazy. There. I take the flight. I come. I'm with you, girls.
Nice. We're gonna check that out.
Also
maybe for Women's Day. For Women's Day, we're gonna do a charity jukebox only for women. That would be amazing.
Would be great.
Yeah, I think
really. I think women on stage.
Yeah.
And women singing, and yeah, of course, and then you can give the money to, like, for example, for the breast cancer propose or something like that, because breast cancer, it's mainly women who are touched by this. So yeah, really, if you organize that, I come. I assure you,
promise. I will. Okay, a new idea is born.
I will be there. Even if you just want me to do backings, I will be there.
Oh, no. We will have a lot of work to do that then, huh? And you will have a lot of work to fill, because when we are organizing Charity Jukebox, we were just trying to have 100 songs that could be played. And then afterwards, the people are donating small amounts or big amounts, but one song will cost in totally 20 or 25 euros. I don't remember anymore exactly. But when the amount is then reached, then we are going to play the song. So we have a lot of work then to do to get those 100 songs and so on. And
this was so nice. I love this idea, really. it was really a great event. I had so much fun. And there were so many musicians that I didn't see since such a long time. Like Mark, for example, I didn't see since years, and I met a lot of friends there. And Natalie Moritoni was there too, and yeah, I had so great moments with her. We are really good friends, and all thanks to your charity jukebox, and we had a lot of fun, and the songs were great. And yeah, that was really a nice event, and all the people who were there are really peace people, not arrogant people. There were no musicians who were just arrogant to show off, like yeah, I'm really good. No, everybody was there for the purpose of the event, and every musician that was there was really like supporting, they were on stage, but they were on stage for the purpose. They were not on stage to show off themselves.
No.
They were there really to support the event, and that was such a great ambience, such a great vibe there, and I really wanted to live that again. Really.
We surely will do it again, the charity jukebox, but it's really much too organized and so on. But I'm sure we're gonna do it again. Yes, we're gonna do it again.
And the place was also nice. It was at Schreinerei.
Yeah.
Schreinerei,
yeah, we love the Schreinerei. Big love out there for Schreinerei, because every Wednesday after our rehearsal, we're going to the Schreinerei, having a great time, having a good food and so on. And there's so lovely people out there also. Yeah.
So Faith, what's the future now for your projects, for all your projects? Because you are in a few.
Yeah, I think we are not giving up, and we just we are going on to create some new music, and I will always be open to something new, and yeah, I will go on because it's, how do I say, it's really something that part of creating, and I'm living it, and I feel that it is what I am supposed to do. It's really like a dream job, but I know I have to do something for the living, and the other things, I'm music and so on, I'm doing it for my being, for my soul, and for my that's what I'm supposed to do. And also, it's not only the music, as you said, it's also the social media and the whole work and the organizing, and also the concert organization. And for now, we were just creating also for every single, we were creating a music video, and to having those ideas, and also for the next video will come very soon. Then it was so important to us again to have those collaborations with other artists, maybe not some artists in music style, but it's like culture and art again, and yeah, it's so important for us to meet some other people and to collaborate, and I see that's our future, to stay in those vibes, to collaborate and to meet, and to fusion, and yeah.
Yes, of course. I forgot to speak about the video clip. The video clip of Hurricane is really nice. Do you want to speak about who worked with you for the clip, who filmed it, who did the movie?
Yeah, it was Daval Films, and he's doing some videos also for other musicians in Luxembourg, and he's amazing. I worked with Dave, and he got some great ideas, and first of all, we got to know each other, and because I'm a crazy person. and some kind of obsessive also with my ideas, I have to tell. And he's some kind of obsessive and perfectionist too. And it was just vibing together. It was such a cool process to work with him. And also for the other videos, I worked also with him now for Feeling Free, which will be released very soon also. Then afterwards our two other singles, and yeah, it's really nice to work with so talented and so artistic mentioned people. Yeah, that's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, the video clip is really cool. So that's why I also want people to go to your YouTube channel that I will put here in the description so they can watch the video clip. I don't know if I will be able to add the song at the end of the video, because all the other times, the last bands I interviewed, YouTube was like alerting me that there was
okay, because of the copyright and so on. Yeah,
that there were problems because of the copyrights, and I had to cut the parts with the music. So yeah, it's in the announcement.
Yeah,
it's in the trailer of the video. So yeah, I invite all the people to go to listen to Hurricane, and also to listen to Feeling Free. And to follow all the next stuff you will have. Do you also have some gigs booked for the summer now?
A lot of, there are a lot of
That's great.
gigs. We will be back in Blues Express again. It's going to be so cool, because last year the Luma band, the Luxembourg marching band, was joining us, and for this year we got a special guest with us again, and that will be so great, I can tell you. And we're working on it for the moment too, and yeah, a lot of work. I can tell you. Yeah, and we will be for example also at painting for the after work in the Vex. Last year it was such an amazing concert. It was one of my best concert moments ever, I can tell you, because the people were just so crazy and into it, and we were having so much fun and so nice vibes, and they were singing with us along, and I had goosebumps everywhere on my body, I can tell you, and it was so incredible. I'm so happy to be back there. And yeah, there are amazing concerts or gigs this year again.
And Fête de la Musique?
Yeah, at Bonneville.
Okay.
Yeah, also in it. Yay!
So people, don't forget, you want to go to see Faye with the Mockingbirds and also with the other projects. You go here on the social media of Faye, and you can follow all her events. Of course, I will continue to share it also on the Facebook page of Jessica's Music Talk Pods. And also on the Instagram Jessica Lobo Musica, so Jessica Lobo Music, because yeah, I lost. I told you that they closed my Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. You got it back, no?
No, I didn't got it back. I did the meta verified for my private, so my Jessica Lobo Music, because it's also in professional. I didn't open a new Instagram for the Talk Pod because I didn't have so many followers too. I have more followers in my Jessica Lobo Music page, so I share also the podcast there, but they didn't close the Facebook page of the podcast.
Yeah, that was the same as for us.
Yeah. So, but I discovered that and pay attention, people, please, all the people who have professional pages. I am talking to you now. If you have a professional page, even if it's not with music, because the problem was also that other people were like accusing me to use things not respecting copyrights or to buy followers. I never bought followers. I don't even know how to do that. So so if you have, I don't know if there are people outside who want just to sabotage your project, you know, they can report your page like not respecting the norms. And I discovered it after I did the Meta Verified, because when you have the Meta Verified, they warn you why they
block chats and so on. Or
yes, like there are some people accusing you of this, of that, and just check it. And I had to do a little check because I had a second threat.
Yeah.
So and then there were like profiles, like fake profiles, you know, with a lot of numbers. And so
yeah,
guys, if you have a professional page, really pay attention what you put and who can follow. And because there are fake profiles, people with fake profiles that will sabotage your stuff, that will use you from things you don't do. Like what shocked me the most was I was buying followers. I don't know even how to do that, you know. Like,
but
should I buy followers? You know,
I told you we got the same problem. In fact, my personal account was blocked, and also from the Mockingbirds and Impulse cover band, which I am managing too. And I was so angry, I can tell you. And then I created because I got a profile for my cats. Then I created a Meta Verified on that profile, and I was writing them constantly to give my profiles back, because my personal profile, you know what it would mean to have your profile blocked, your personal profile, and then afterwards also the profiles of the band, because I was spending so much time to create them, to fill them with life, and to present ourselves on it, and everything was just blocked. And I was really menacing them to give them my profiles back, and we did it step by step. And also I was telling them, come on guys, we are just releasing now our first single, and now it is blocked, you have to understand it, and so on. So they finally gave me all the profiles back, and I'm still struggling because there were warnings also. Oh, maybe you're talking to a profile who's not such a good profile, and so on. People were telling me that they were getting an alarm when I was writing with them.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what's going on here? And I was also telling them on Meta Verified, on the professional team, support team, what's that? What's going on? And I want the answer why my profiles were blocked, and I didn't have a chance to tell what's going on.
To report myself.
And that it isn't wrong. And I sent them also my ID card, and I took that video selfie you were asking, and they were asking, and so on. I did everything, but still they said I was not a real person. What? Okay,
No,
I'm not a real person.
Sometimes you don't have a human speaking with you. Sometimes
not at all.
like,
I know. But afterwards, in that Meta Verified, I think there are real persons, and they were, and they were really, really also struggling to get my profile.
Yeah, because you are paying for that, you know.
I know, it's crazy, you know.
You are paying for that, so if you pay, you want to have a good service, you know. If I get blocked now with Meta Verified, I will close everything.
Yeah,
that's for sure, you know. And but it's because it's a lot of work to create the community, to get the followers, and so, and then they just close everything. They just destroy all the work you did during all this time. To create
for no reason, and they still not telling me why. And that's so frustrating. But I'm just going on because if I'm just holding on that, it will no,
Of
it will
course.
never. Yeah, you know.
Of course, I thank you, because you told me, yeah, do better verified,
Yeah.
because that's how you solve the issue. So I did it, and yes, and I feel that the it helped me, because I had the second threat, and now they told me, pay attention, because we received this and that,
Yeah,
and
that's good
and
to
I
know.
had the time to put an action,
Yeah.
and they didn't close anything, so it helped.
Yeah.
So thank you so much that
You're
you
welcome.
helped me with that. And yeah, so guys, if you have a professional page on Instagram, and it's always Instagram that is threatened
Yep.
for me, not Facebook. But if you have professional pages, just pay a lot of attention, because if there are people outside who want to sabotage your job, they just create fake
Profile.
fake profiles. And I find it so sad, you know. Sometimes it's jealous people only
Yeah.
that, you know. But yeah, it's like it is, and the universe knows who deserves what. So I always say karma is always
Yeah.
coming. So pay attention that there can be fake profiles who can just accuse you from something, and then they but you can be warned, and you can take action, so
Yeah.
you can keep your page. So just keep an eye, keep the eyes open, and keep always a plan B, if the pages are closed, that you have a plan B, so your work is not completely lost, you know. So now I also learned with that, sometimes things have to happen, so you can learn
Yeah.
how
About it.
to organize better yourself,
Yeah.
you know.
You're right.
So now I'm organized, I have plan Bs, and so, and yeah. So I'm also on X, and like like, you know, if you want to do a donation, it's not an obligation, and it's not for a subscription like every month. It's really for people who want to give a little donation to help my work, and to improve the. And if you want the podcast to continue also, and I have a PayPal Me, I have a Buy Me a Coffee, and a TP. I put the links also in the description of the video. But even if you don't give a donation, the best way to help the podcast, if you really like this, if you like this project, if you like me, if you want me to continue with that, just share, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, tell me if you find it's worthy or not to continue, and you can also tell why it's worthy or not, even if you find it's not worthy. I had people, for example, who told me that the quality of the videos are not great.
That high.
Yeah, I do with the material I have, and the material I can afford. And I think that the most important is the content, and it's the support I give to the artists. Okay, I have not a Joe Rogan quality, for example, because I have not his money to have the same material, but I still do something.
Yeah, and you're
I'm
on the start here, huh? Everybody
Yeah,
has
I
to
do
start
something.
somewhere.
Yeah, I have to start somewhere. And that's also when I ask for the donations, it's also for that. It's to improve the quality. So I do with what I have, with what I know. And I took a long time to start this, because I was a bit afraid of this kind of feedbacks about the quality. But I thought, if I never start, if I'm waiting for material, I will never start. So I started with what I have, with all my heart. And yeah, it's homemade, okay, but I still give voice to the musicians, I still give voice to the people. I I'm still doing something. Yeah, if you think the podcast should continue, just please write me here in the comments. If you don't find it worth it to continue, you can also say, yeah, we don't find it interesting. I respect everybody's opinion. I am for freedom of speech, so I will not be mad at you if you are just honest. But yeah, just to know if it's worth it to continue with this or not, or if I'm putting a lot of energy and a lot of work on something that people don't even pay attention or don't even like.
Am I allowed?
Also,
Am I allowed to give you something? Just I had to recognize when my Instagram was blocked and so on that TikTok is really a cool community, and also when you were talking about that quality and so on, blah blah blah. And I personally think if you are doing your podcast in whole, like you're doing it like now, but also for the for TikTok, you're just cutting some snippets and you put it on TikTok, because there the community is really, approached to that what we are having now, and I'm so sure you're gonna find your own bubble there. I'm so sure of
okay.
it. Really,
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
really something I want
Went.
to give you on your way, because I'm trying it also a little bit,
Yeah.
and to get the vibes. But I think those vibes here would be so good to put on TikTok also.
Okay, I will try. I will think about it. Yes, I didn't put in TikTok because TikTok is really for these very young people who want things that are very quick. And I thought, yeah, my podcast has long interviews. I don't know if they will like it, but I will try. I will give
Yeah,
it a
maybe
try.
it's only some snippets, to post it on snippets, and then
Yeah.
afterwards, if they are just interested in it, because that's how it works. If you can catch it in a little snippet, some to get the interest of the people who is watching, then maybe you can catch them also for the whole video and so on.
Thank you for the advice, Faye. It's really nice. Thank you so much. And also the musicians, if you musicians want this to continue, just tell me if you think it's worth it. I know I have a support, a lot of your support. I have Cindy's support. I have the support even from Portugal. I have Ricardo's support. I had Paulo Trans support, and other musicians, and the musicians I interviewed for the episode of tomorrow, they also found it very cool because they could speak about stuff, social stuff, and so that they could not speak in other shows, for
Yeah.
example. So if you really think it's worth it to continue, just let me know. And thank you, Faye. It was so good to have this talk with you.
Thank you
You
too.
are a very, very great person. You have a big heart. Everything you do is with your big heart. You are very human. You are a smart person. You write very well. Your music is great. You are also a rocker, man. You have this energy on stage. And I really wish you continue with your music. I will follow you, everything you do, guys, for sure. Um, give a big hug to all your musicians
I will
who are
do.
working with you. And I say hello to them too. And yes, and don't hesitate to keep me always part of from
Dated.
your releases, and so I can also share with the people. And people, don't forget to go to Face social medias and Spotify and YouTube and all the channels, so you can follow her and follow her music. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
For those
Jessica.
who will be there tomorrow for the episode in Portuguese with Follow Por Follow, we see us tomorrow. Thank you and have a good night or day or morning. I don't know the time you are watching this video. Bye. Wish you all the best.
Bye-bye.